Allow me, there's something you've said that has made me even shiver. And I don't want to leave here. Wacha niseme nitoke. You've said that this is the first president who has declared they are going to compensate people. KasMuel, this is what is my biggest pain. The president's duty is to use the resources given to him, which is taxpayers' money, the natural resources, and the human resource in Kenya to create opportunities for the young people he is killing. His work is not to take our money, kill people with the money, bury them with the money, Kenyan money, because the money he gives for burials. Government declares we shall take care of that burial because I've killed you, I'll take care of that burial. Then secondly, compensate your mother. How does my mother feel if you take my money, because the Kenyan taxpayers' money is being used to kill me with DCI and all those people. After you kill like Ojwang, compensate him, compensate their mothers, then now we are compensating you with Kenya's money. Who killed Ojwang, that person should compensate Ojwang. Who killed Kariuki? Who killed Julia Njoki? Who killed Bridget? And then the state funds are being used to compensate them. Then you create a job for Professor Kamau Mutua, who, as we speak, has started earning. No Kenyan has been given money for now, but he's in office now, earning money, enjoy government trappings of power, that he is going to compensate people. My brother, this is a scam.
However hard you talk towards me and you tell me this, the best it can do is it will get likes. Because I have no mandate, I have no stakes in this particular government.
Oh my God!
I may not be your best, and I don't claim to be, but I'm the one you have.
So this was quite a heated debate between Professor Fred and KasMuel, where he schooled him on a lot of things and also questioned him on why he left the Gen Z movement to join Raila. Back then, they were like a team fighting for the Gen Z movement, but KasMuel dumped him and joined Raila. Enjoy.
First of all, thank you very much, KasMuel, for coming. And I'm sure the last day we were very close. It's the last day I was arrested.
Yeah.
And you are coming to we are fighting for my release, I remember, at Central. We have paid a heavy price for where we are at the moment. I've been arrested and been in the cell over 12 times. Sometimes we have paid even heavy prices that no one knows, but now I can say. Like, see, that day I was at Central when my wife came to bring me food and she could not be allowed to give me food. She came the next day trying for my release and I could not. So then they came later and told me, Fred, we have talked with the OCS. We pay him your cash bill, then you leave. But I was in the cell with 200 people, many other people. So I said, I cannot leave alone if these boys don't leave. Because we are agreed as a movement that the leaders leave last. So then what's happening? My KasMuel, that day, my wife packed and went to Voi. And she was away for 6 months, said she cannot be marrying somebody in a cell, through and out. I went to Voi and knelt several times to get her back. But people don't know that that's not public domain. But now it is now. That is the truth of the matter. We have paid heavy price. Even KasMuel, you paid heavy price. The only thing you cannot pay heavy price, then you cut it short. And I want to tell you, my brother, consistency beats intensity any day. And that's why I remain consistent. I don't want intensity. You did something with a lot of intensity, then you left it. Then without intensity, without consistency, intensity is useless. You get my point? You can win first half of the match, even score 6-0. Then the next half you play badly and you are given 8-6. You lost the match anyway. So I ask people who still believe in progressive movement to insist on that. Now, what you've said, there's no government in the world that creates jobs, that's untrue. And if you believe that, then you should ask the Kenya Kwanza, where Raila Odinga is, and that's your party leader, is signing agreement with countries abroad to take Kenyans to those countries. How can a government of Germany sign agreement with Kenya to take jobs to Germany if Germany cannot create jobs? Because that's a fallacy. I'm trying to say it's correct that these things have been in the public, that the government of Kenya said we have signed an agreement to take 500,000 young people abroad with another government, government to government, G to G. And then if you believe that governments cannot create jobs, Why do they sign those agreements?
I
But
think
now,
Let me just
KasMuel needs some clarity on
just a
something.
little maybe on that. That's not what I meant. The role of government is to enable good conducive environments for entrepreneurs to create. Because if a government, like in that case that Prof has put out, what it's doing is just transfer of jobs. Like if a government says that it wants to, a politician, let's say the president says he wants to invest in an infrastructure project, like affordable housing or this dueling of the Rironi-Mau Summit Highway, and then they say it will create jobs. If you think about it critically in the economic environment, what it has done is it's just transfer of jobs. So if it is going to cost the taxpayer 100 billion, this is 100 billion people who've been taken to Mjengo. It's just a transfer. That's what I'm saying, that instead of focusing on saying we want to build this big economic project, what it's supposed to do, because the thing that makes people not create jobs is there's a lot of red taping, there's a lot of bureaucracy that you look at it and you say, no, I would rather go and work in Rwanda. Why is Prof consulting for a foreign government? Is because it's easier. There's less red taping there. This expertise for
no,
him
it's
to...
not red taping,
Yes.
KasMuel.
Yes.
Fred Ogolla
Yes.
was fired by the president for having said the truth, the economy cannot work. So how can I work in Kenya? I can't. So even you, like now, these young people being charged with terrorism, how will they ever work in Kenya? So the issue is not just about creating, they're actually killing jobs. And I want to say that if you look at even saying the government does not create jobs, affordable housing, the bottom-up economic model, that the fact that ODM and UDA are in agreement to work together, it is about government creating jobs for the people.
But that's
And
what I'm
I
saying.
said that is the wrong thinking. And let me explain properly here.
Yeah.
The thinking of the Kenya Kwanza government when they came with the better bottom-up economic transformation agenda was affirmative action economic theology, thinking that it's like you are a father at home, a child cries, is hungry, you give them a mandazi. Someone cries, you give them samosa. Someone cries, give them a sausage. But instead of guaranteeing food security at home where there is breakfast, there is lunch, there is dinner, for you throw money where there's a problem. Now, State House, 1 billion spent in 1 day in affirmative action. As structural economists, we should do what you're trying to say, creating an enabling environment should say there's free primary education. Now, someone can now start supplying pencil.
Yes.
Someone can supply a
Desks.
book and earn for themselves. When I was Kibaki's economic advisor, I was also working with the Housing Finance Bank. My colleagues left the bank saying, there is business booming, I cannot be employed. You get me? Who has quit their jobs today because the economy is booming because of Kenya Kwanza? They can't. So the government now is doing both. Instead of creating jobs for people and also creating an enabling environment for people to get jobs, they are killing the opportunity to create jobs, but also not giving those jobs. Because if you say that affordable housing giving people jobs, do you know any neighbor of yours, a relative, a friend, or even someone in your WhatsApp group who confirms they are now working in affordable housing? I don't know. I only know people sending me, Professor, here, my CV. You know, I heard you are working in Uzima University. Give me a CV here. I saw you going to Rwanda. Please, can you take me there? That's what I'm hearing. But I'm not hearing people getting these jobs. So the economic thinking of these people is not working. And I want to tell KasMuel to tell me now that he left the issue of transition government right now. Nane, we're with you, my brother. By the way, I just don't respect you. I also love you as a brother.
Yeah.
But as a brother, I also had to advise you. And I think we met one day and we had our chat somewhere. And I told you, consistency beats everything. And if you join here, tell me what is the economic ideology of ODM that can transform Kenya.
Right.
Tell me that economic ideology of Kenya Kwanza that now you guys are working with that can transform Kenya. So tell a woman, a mother, a brother listening to us, why they should wait for you until 2027 as we dialogue. How that dialogue will solve these current problems. If you don't have that answer, please join me.
I think
let's do transition government.
I can answer that question, but also one, I would love to maybe rebut what you've just said, because even as you've waxed lyrical about Kibaki's government, the contexts are very different, because I was alive at that time. Kibaki does all these things that people talk about in terms of the economy doing double digits in comparison to the double decimals that you would say are happening now. But
Double decimals.
yes,
Yeah,
but
don't do it, sir.
yes, no. In this particular context,
Right.
he fails to get a second term. The thing that I feel like you're glossing over is that there were grave human rights violations in Kibaki's government, so bad that a man who gave people that money which we speak of could not get a second term in terms of re-election. So sometimes when we jump through the arguments conveniently, saying when we look at Kibaki now we just want to look at this thing and we want to look at, if I were to say, I really don't like to do this because I am not paid to do it. I'm supposed to be speaking about Youth League people. For whatever reason, this is the first president who sat down and said anything to do with compensation of protests. ODM's position right now, Fred, if we are to be honest, there is no economic ideology that can be brought into a government halfway through its term.
Wait, who says that?
And personally, I feel like this is the point that he lost the argument, because if they can't change anything at the moment, if they can't change the economic plan, then what will they change? There have been conversations over and over and over again. So what are people are still talking about? What the change people want, the government knows, like people put their agenda on the social media, like this is just a waste of money for nothing, because they know everything that people want. And if they can't change it, then what's the dialogue for? Just a waste of time of people talking for what reason? Because it can be sent to him and he knows them, obviously. And the obvious thing is that he's not going to change anything, because if they had goodwill, why is DAG Lagat still in office? Why is Murkomen still in office if they had goodwill? So what are people going to talk about? Because those are the obvious issues people are going to talk about, but they won't address it.
I do. That's the case I'm making right now.
But
You elected. No, we gave you.
team of
Let
experts.
me explain. You must allow me to learn that there is a government that Kenyans were given two options. We said kuna hii azimio la vijana, azimio la masomo, azimio la wamama. And then we gave you this. Then someone gave you a bottom-up economic transfer. Then you said we want this bottom-up one. Then now in the middle, during the time of a crisis, I go to the streets, you come to the streets, and we do this thing and we upset. Remember, it is not we who had these ninis who joined the government. The pact is signed between ODM and UDA. We do not see UDA relinquishing influential power to ODM in such a way that ODM can transform.
KasMuel,
Yes.
you have experienced change in mid-sentence, mid-activity. When you had that beautiful protest that you people had,
Yes.
which essentially was a party.
Yes.
Quiet, peaceful, wonderful. When your life was in danger, you took flight. That's changing.
Yes.
That was not your plan.
Yes.
But when you saw danger coming, you realized, here, my friend, I'd better look for safety. If you have a policy and you thought it would work and it isn't working, what stops you mid-sentence or mid-term to say, guys, this thing isn't working the way I thought?
Right.
What stops you? Because if you want to be honest with your citizens, you say, guys, this is what we thought.
But Muga, before he replies, what you could have done, KasMuel, instead of telling us we should go for dialogue, you should come with that ideology and tell Ruto, we will work with you in condition that you either do this or give us something better.
And Prof, I'll tackle both. CT, the question you've asked is more suitable for the sitting president, and I'll mirror it back to you. Then that if you see that this is problematic and it's not working, I should be able to face the people. Then it means that the person who's at the top is not seeing that his plan is not working. So how can they experience change mid-sentence?
He does.
In
If
what
he
way?
didn't, ODM would not be where they are right now. He saw that was his solution to the problem, because there is a problem. These handshakes in Kenya arise when there's a problem, a patent one, and there's an imminent threat to the position of that sitting government, or it is perceived to be.
Yes.
So it's not that they don't see, they do see. The discussion is here about the mode of solutions that is sought. And you're asking, does it really solve the problem, or is it band-aid? See, that is it.
Okay.
And by the way, KasMuel, allow me, there's something you've said that has made me even shiver. and I don't want to leave here. Wacha niseme nitoke. You've said that this is the first president who has declared they are going to compensate people. KasMuel, this is what is my biggest pain. The president's duty is to use the resources given to him, which is taxpayers' money, the natural resources, and the human resource in Kenya to create opportunities for the young people he is killing. His work is not to take our money, kill people with the money, bury them with the money, Kenyan money, because the money he gives for burials. Government declares we shall take care of that burial because I've killed you, I'll take care of that burial. Then secondly, compensate your mother. How does my mother feel if you take my money, because the Kenyan taxpayers' money is being used to kill me with DCI and all those people. After you kill like Ojwang, compensate him, compensate their mothers, then now we are compensating you with Kenya's money. Who killed Ojwang, that person should compensate Ojwang. Who killed Kariuki? Who killed Julia Njoki? Who killed Bridget? And then the state funds are being used to compensate them. Then you create a job for Professor Kamau Mutua, who, as we speak, has started earning. No Kenyan has been given money for now, but he's in office now, earning money, enjoy government trappings of power, that he is going to compensate people. My brother, this is a scam. Such things should not be given a minute.
Compensating people from, was it 2018 or 2017 protests? But I'm sure you will have a chance to respond to that. I'd like you to finish the second part of the question. I think it was both CT and Prof that had asked you. Was it about, what was it about? Because you've
about systemic change, yeah. And the president not seeing the problem, and
my view is
he sees it's just that he threw us, and he actually gave a solution. It's just that it was not good enough. So CT asks, why do I think this mode is going to solve over these other ones, and also maybe just to handle Prof's question. I think Prof, and this is what I think could be the problem with the leftist movement, is that we will wax lyrical towards each other. We can say the things that are going to trend, and I know them, and we can have all these talking points. But eventually, you are not part of, you're not part of administrative problems. So you will not, I cannot come to you with that. And even however hard you talk towards me and you tell me this, the best it can do is it will get likes. Because I have no mandate, I have no stakes in this particular government, and now all I am doing is answering, what we are trying to do is answer this question that is being posed, that why this particular method? Prof, you and I have been in these streets together. Faced the brunt of brutality. I have seen you arrested. I have seen your clothes torn just for distributing posters. I have seen your car vandalized. I have seen you sleep in that car to the point where your family has gone through whatever it has gone through. But you know what, Prof? Both of us are still alive. We were the same ones in the spaces last year, and this is an equivalent of a space. This incessant taking people to the streets, and we never account for it. Prof, it cannot be that we will only be the leaders of this revolution when we come to the media stations. But then when people die, we do not say that we are the ones who sent them there. I think that is the thing that I am opposed to. I am saying that our movement must be life-affirming. It cannot be that we, the popular faces, we have still remained alive. I will tell you, everyone we were on the front lines with has not suffered harm from this government. Yet we talk and we castigate it the most. But it is the children of the working poor who we sell these ideas to. And we tell them, Mandamano now, occupy State House now. Those are the ones that keep dying, Prof. And when it's time to take accountability, we say it is Ruto's government that has killed them, which I do not oppose. Let me land. I promise it is.
To do the news?
Yes, it is an answer. Just 30 seconds.
Okay, please do.
We will not progress and take this country forward, because what is the difference between us and the political class that we keep saying? Because even they do not take accountability. The same things you are accusing other politicians of doing are the same things we can be accused of doing. That when it is time for us to come to the stations, we never bring the comrades who go to the streets. It is we who are called here. This dialogue that I am saying is, it will allow everyone to sit down, because at Radio Generation might not have the numbers of the people down there in the streets in Mukuru and Kwaruben who come with us, who fight and say, Usipigo yu risasi. But a dialogue takes this. For me, this is not even Band-Aid. This is, we are cleansing the wound. I'm saying that we've not even started the surgery.
Can you hold that thought?
Yes, I will.
Don't lose it.
Okay.
Hold it.
Okay, that we can give you the head of the deputy president. That was inconsequential to the youth movement because people try to make it look like now it is our Munyoro problem. Because, the political class, they need to identify a problem. And that's what we must learn from them. That they know how to, they will find a problem and name it and start fighting it. So you will not hear them talking about Gen Z anymore. They try to make it look like Gen Z is over and now say it is that one Munyoro. That's why I think he's being given a lot of is given a lot of leash to say whatever he can say so that they can identify a problem. But for us in our movement, the thing which I keep on saying is, if you have the right to be alive, Prof, if you have the right to life, the people down there who are shot by the police, who do not come from these uptown sides, also have the right to be alive. The option I will take in any day is the option that gives both me and that person the right to live. Because on the one hand, we cannot say that, Prof, that we want revolution now and we want the government to take accountability for shooting the people. But then when we say occupy tomorrow, when we are asked, so who led? We say that we are leaderless. But we are the... We are
not leaderless, of course.
Yes, so let me just finish and then I'll give it, sorry, to take the time. But we have to sit down and say that if you are going to stay alive while doing all these other campaigns, everybody must stay alive. A dialogue process allows all of us to do this in a conclave where I know here we will not be shot because how can you shoot us in the room where all of us are? We can just diagnose the problem. For me, the whole point of the dialogue is for
diagnosis.
Even diagnosis might be too far. We just sit down and breathe first. We diffuse the temperature, and then now we can sit and bring in these revolutionary changes. But as long as it's taking people to the streets and us, we're not dying, that one I don't agree with.
I'm inclined to agree with some of the things that he's saying. For example, the whole idea of, can we just, at the very least, tuache kuwa watu kwa barabara? At the very least.
You see, I want to tell you that why we can talk with KasMuel until tomorrow is that we were in a team. We met severally. Taj Towers, we met severally. We used to discuss what we were going to do. We used to plan. In fact, the day I was being arrested, we had just had a 2 hours meeting at Chester House. Then now we are just walking on the street. Then again we get arrested. So I can tell you, we had an agreement after the arrest that enough is enough. And we had agreed that, actually, KasMuel, the one who made the statement, let's go to social media and sing the choir there. But they didn't know what we meant by singing choir. Is when the social media activism came, putting Ruto in the coffin, putting Raila in the coffin, putting Museveni. Anybody who was a problem to us was always in the coffin dead. Because for us, they were dead. In fact, for KasMuel, Ruto was dead. I don't know why Ruto resurrected in his life again, but he has to tell us how those people resurrected. So these guys were literally dead in our head. We agreed with KasMuel that parliament no longer exists. Because after breaking in there on 25th of June 2024, there is no parliament. For us, we are seeing that now we just want Ruto to go home right now. But what happened? They started plucking people from social media. Billy Mwangi, go to Kavuli. Name those people. Peter Muteti. Name those people around. They started plucking them just by using their phone. Ojwang died because of posting. And this continues to lead. Njeri was arrested because of just creating an online thing. So what else can you do in this government and be safe? Somebody's watching TV, eating popcorn, a bullet on their head, they are dead. So even if we sit at home, they have not yet stopped killing. They are still killing people. They are still abducting people. There are people who have disappeared who people don't know where they are. The Kintengela 4 are not there at the moment. And this thing continues. So let me tell you what movie, even if we went quiet, there's nothing actually going on. On Sabasaba Day, how many people in CBD? Almost zero, isn't it?
Yes.
How many people died? 37. How did they die? Let them tell us, isn't it? So going to the sea does not happen. But there's another death we are ignoring. How many people are dying because there is no medicine? How many people are dying just because they cannot afford food?